So if you're really into tiny, petite cell phones, you can pretty much just turn this video off for now. Seriously, it's like a pause button right there. You just click it, step away. Have you seen this thing? I mean, seriously, it's huge, okay? The concept behind this size here, as far as Samsung's marketing campaign is concerned, is that, you know, since a tablet is essentially just a giant phone, if they could figure out a screen size just in between the two, they could have this magical phone tab. And is it a phone? Is it a tablet? It's the best of both. The question is, though, even though that is a great concept in theory, does it actually work? And the answer is no. Well, not at least at this size. You see, even though a tablet essentially is a phone with a large screen, that large screen makes for a very different experience. And these different sizes have some psychological connections along with them. Let's say, for standard's sake for this video, that the conventional tablet size in our heads is roughly the size of a piece of standard printing paper. Now, this makes sense, since this is the size our reports were written on in school and at work, what we're used to writing on and drawing on when we were younger, and what our laptop screens and laptop keyboards are generally sized as well. So, a lot of the things that we're doing on these tablets are things that we're used to doing at this size. In addition to that, on a large conventional tablet, you can show people images and videos from across the room without them having to wear binoculars. You can set it on your lap and type with two hands like a conventional keyboard. You can even play a game, a multi-touch game with a friend on the same screen without having to invade each other's personal space. And the same goes for e-readers, which are slightly smaller than your conventional tablet and are roughly the size of, you guessed it, a book. So point being, this is not a tablet, and it won't replace any of your tablets anytime soon. When you whip it out of your pocket, no one's ever going to go, wow, what a tiny tablet. They're going to go, wow, what a huge ass phone. Okay, so now that we've got that tablet situation out of the way, that's not to say that this isn't an interesting phone. Its massive size is great for watching videos, viewing the web, etc., but the size isn't the most unique feature of this device. It's the pen. The device runs Android with Samsung's TouchWiz UI on top of it, and it's very similar to any other Samsung Android device. Similar apps, functionality, performance, etc. But this pen that comes with it and slides out of the bottom cubbyhole lets you write and draw with much more of a precise touch and in a way that is much more natural. You can use the pen in the same way you'd use your finger, but the Galaxy Note also comes with some apps that are specifically built for use with the pen, the most significant of which is S-Memo. S-Memo allows you to import pictures, whether from the device's 8-megapixel camera on the back, or any stored pictures on the device, maps, screenshots, or just start with a blank page and then you can draw on them. Now, I don't think I need to go into this too much, as I'm sure you can see the plethora of uses that this could have over a normal Android device. Besides that neat app, which, by the way, you can also get to by holding down the button on the pen and double tapping the screen, which is good for quick notes, etc., there is also a quick way of taking screenshots by holding down the button on the pen and then holding the pen on the screen for a couple of seconds. Then you can crop and draw on the image, etc. And that feature works on any screen, so you can use it to annotate a website, an app, photos, videos, etc. Lastly, Samsung added handwriting recognition to the keyboard, so you can open an app, open the keyboard, and write, and it'll convert it to text for you. Or at least that's the idea. There you go. If you have perfect handwriting, you could write out a single text message on it in maybe, I don't know, a week. Now, there are other apps that work well with this pen, but we're going to cover those in a later video. As far as battery life is concerned, it has a huge battery, which it needs to power the huge Super AMOLED screen. And for me, it lasted me all day without having to recharge it, so that makes me happy. That's kind of my biggest criteria. So long as it lasts from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, I'm happy. Its rear camera takes decent pics at 8 megapixels and has a flash, and its front camera is a 2 megapixel camera that works for video calling, self-portraits, etc. Speaker quality isn't the best, but it does include headphones like most cell phones nowadays, so if you wanted to listen to music at a decent volume, you kind of have to use the headphones or at a decent quality. All right, so two things that I was kind of curious about when I first got the device was, one, what happens if I lose this darn pen? And two, can this pen work on, say, another device? To answer both of those, you can buy a replacement pen from Samsung directly for about $40. And no, it doesn't work on any other phone. Trust me, I've tried. Thanks to its dual-core processor, it handles its large screen with a large resolution very well. Everything is smooth and fluid. Thanks to Android, it has apps galore and functions just like most Android devices. But thanks to this S Pen, it has some unique uses. If you're just looking for a large screen phone, I would maybe do some more shopping around before I decided on the Note. But if you're in a profession or maybe have a hobby involving design of some sort, you know, places where the pen, the paintbrush, the pencil are still being used on a daily basis, and you want a device that'll still fit in your pocket, then the Galaxy Note is probably worth checking out.